the high seas, Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hey guys, welcome to your Aries/Taurus season videos. I've got the red theme going on here right now to honor the fire in our universe this month. So I wanted to record a little bit of an intro video like I do every month for those of you who appreciate the astrological information. So I've got my notes here. We have a lot going on in April, you guys. The readings are cool. I've only done a few half of the zodiac wheel, so I still have Libra through Pisces to do, but by the time you guys watch this, all of them will be finished. So yeah, definitely a lot of messages coming out here in April, guys. The readings so far have been kind of lit. They've been kind of interesting. I'm enjoying these Aries season readings. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on here in April, astrological wise, and then we'll get going on your tarot video. So Mercury goes direct on the 15th, which is tomorrow. Yes. So by the time most of you watch this video, Mercury will be direct, and some of the crazy problems and inconveniences and challenges and obstacles that we've been having mentally will kind of slow down a bit, okay? We are going to have a shadow period. Mercury always goes into shadow period 2 weeks before it goes retrograde and 2 weeks after. So, you know, we're not going to be quite completely in the clear of this energy until the end of April. But, you know, that energy is slowing down, and the mental energy is going to pick back up with Mercury going back direct on the 15th. Now, on that same day, we have the Aries new moon. So I have an Aries new moon video that I'm going to upload on tomorrow on the 15th as well. So, you know, that's definitely a time to set new intentions, you guys. This whole Aries season is all about self. This is the first house, you guys. So last month, we really did close a lot of chapters out with the Pisces 12th house energy, a lot of spiritual subconscious releasing. And now we're at the astrological new year. Happy spring. This is definitely the start of 2018, the real 2018, the one that's going to go down in history. Okay, some of the real actual shit is about to take off here in April. So we did enter the month with a full moon. How was the Libra full moon for you guys? That was a very beautiful, significant, life-changing, beautiful moon for me. The Libra full moon, it really did restore balance. This is the opposite sign of Aries. It restored a lot of balance in our universe because Libra controls an alternate universe where everything's opposite. The first house is Libra instead of Aries. The second house is Scorpio instead of Taurus. Third house is Sagittarius instead of Gemini. So you see how the signs are kind of opposite there. So we entered the month under the full moon in Libra energy. You know, so moving on here with the planets, we have Chiron entering Aries on the 17th. Now, you know, this is going to be interesting. I am going to have a Chiron video for all 12 signs about, you know, what this is going to mean. This is the wounded healer. Chiron, you might want to do your own research about Chiron, but he is a wounded healer. You know, he is the shaman of healing. So wherever Chiron is in the universe, or wherever he is in your natal chart, you can, you know, that's where your pain is. That's where your unhealed wounds are, unresolved wounds, okay? So there's going to be a flushing of wounds that take place. Now, for Chiron to be exiting Pisces, we've had Chiron in Pisces for a long time, you guys. I'm going to talk about this more in a separate video, but I do feel the need to mention it because it's happening in April. It's going to move into Aries, which means healing. Our pain and our healing is it's gonna be a new cycle, first of all, because anytime anything moves from Pisces to Aries, it's reborn completely because it's going from 12 to 1, from finished to start. So that's a door closed and another door open. So this is a new cycle of pain. We have all completed a certain cycle of pain in our life in different areas. So this is going to be pain in a different area, you guys. This is going to be, collectively, it's self-pain. Aries rules self, so Aries handles pain a lot different than Pisces. So, you know, Aries is not one to really lay down and take defeat. So this is going to be a completely different energy with Chiron, okay? And I'm going to talk about that in a different video, but, you know, it's just a little bit of a heads up this month if you want to research Chiron and Aries. You can gain kind of your own perspective about that until I come out with the videos later on in the month. So we do have that happening on the 17th. Also on the 17th, we have Saturn retrograde. I am going to have videos about that too. I'm probably going to do those before I do the Chiron videos, because Saturn is retrograding on April 17th until September 6th. So that's a long chunk of time there for the planet of restriction, the planet of limitations and boundaries, and the Lord of Karma. Like, this is going to be very interesting to kind of channel some stuff about that. I believe this is literally us time traveling, because Saturn rules time. So this is us time traveling back into, you know, this is us slowing down, karma slowing down, a lot of different changes here. That Saturn retrograde is going to be the starting point to a lot of different changes in our life. And so is the Aries new moon on the 15th. You're going to see things pick up in mid-April, okay? It's been really confusing beginning of April, end of March. It's been kind of here nor there, but the energy is really going to start picking up with this energy when Taurus season begins, which is on the 19th. Late at night, basically the 20th, the sun is going to enter Taurus. All this fiery energy, all this passionate, basically on fire energy, all this fire, passionate energy, it's going to ground itself in Taurus. And, you know, Taurus is a more realistically, earthly grounded, logical sign, and it's a little bit more patient. But this, you're going to literally feel this energy really ground itself. Taurus is going to give this energy kind of some land to land on, you know what I mean? So we're going to see the energy kind of shift after the 19th. And then we're going to end the month with a little bit of energy here. We have Pluto retrograde on the 22nd. So guys, Jupiter's retrograde. Jupiter's going to be retrograde. Saturn's going to be retrograde. Pluto's going to be retrograde. So that is 3 planets retrograde. So that's 3 different areas in our life that is, the universe is trying to tell us something about the past. The universe is trying to tell us to slow down a bit. So Saturn rules karma, Pluto rules the underworld, and Jupiter rules expansion. So as far as our expansion, we're being asked to look at that in a little bit of a different way this month. We're being asked to slow down a little bit and not overexpand, not expand beyond our true path. Pluto is going to purify a lot of things. Pluto is going to retrograde back to our past to purify anything that no longer serves us. This is Scorpio's ruling planet. So this is transformation, death, and rebirth. Okay, so we do have all those planets retrograde. I might have a video come out for that. I'm not sure, guys. I might briefly talk about it. Seems interesting, though. So let me know if you want me to do a video about that, and I will. But I for sure will do one about Saturn, and I'm for sure going to do one about Chiron. And so moving on, after the 22nd, we have a couple days later on the 24th, we have Venus in Gemini, moving into Gemini. First half of the month, Venus is in Taurus. Okay, so that's really good. Taurus is ruled by Venus. So that's really bringing the value and the abundance back to our relationships, bringing the abundance to, you know, our values and our personal resources. This is going to take a shift to the 3rd house. So this is adding abundance to our short distance travels. This is adding abundance to our communication. Now, Gemini is the lovers. So I think this is interesting to have Venus, the ruling planet of love and the goddess of love, entering the sign of the lovers. So this is going to be really, really magical, really, really magical for soulmates and twin flames, karmic partners. A lot of us are going to be really finally meeting around this Gemini transit with Venus, okay? So, you know, that's an air sign, bringing it a more intellectual vibe to Venus, communication, you know. So you guys, if you want to follow me on Instagram or if you want to add me on Facebook, I'll have all my information in the description box, because for every full moon and every new moon, every time something significant happens in the astrological sky, I always put out a post about it. So I'm going to be posting about all this stuff. It's going to be words, though. You know, I don't really have videos except for on my YouTube. So this is if you want a more written response. I also, every Tuesday I have a tarot card that I pull for the week. So if you want to follow me there and just kind of hang out, that's a way to contact me and just kind of keep in touch with me a little bit more. Oh, do you hear that wind? The wind has just been blowing so hard, man. This is the opposite. Air is the opposite of fire. So we need air and oxygen to ignite this Aries new moon tonight and tomorrow. So this energy is on, you guys. And so I don't want to forget to mention here that at the end of the month, we have a beautiful full moon in Scorpio. So we are all going through a soul transformation. With the moon going full in Scorpio in Taurus season, we're definitely going to be going through some death and rebirth with Pluto going retrograde, Scorpio's ruling planet. And then Scorpio full moons are some of my favorite full moons. I have a Scorpio North Node and a Scorpio Midheaven. So I am very, very looking forward to this beautiful energy. You know, this is the 8th house, you guys. This is the house that is traditionally hidden. So a lot of light shedding on our secret, intimate thoughts and feelings. You know, this is a water energy. So definitely want to look out for that Scorpio full moon. I'm going to have a video talking about that where I pull cards for all 12 zodiac signs. I'm going to pull a tarot card message for all the signs for the full moon in Scorpio. So yeah, guys, a lot to look forward to in April. I hope you enjoy your readings. They're pretty nice. This month, Scorpio and Virgo got the giveaway. So Virgo had more than 5,000 likes on my last video. Thank you so much, all of you, really. And also, I can't forget to mention that, oh my God, I have over 1,000 subscribers now. So I know that's not like super a lot, but this is the beginning of my journey. And oh my God, it means so much to me that there are over 1,000 people over in the world, throughout the world, that care about my videos every month. And I hope to gain even more subscribers this month. I love connecting with you guys. This is a passion of mine. So when I sit down every month to record and talk about all these astrological events, it truly gives me joy. It truly gives me passion. It makes me happy. So, you know, and I've done a handful of private readings so far. So for any of you who have gotten a private reading with me, and for any of you who have donated to my channel and who have got the braid beads, thank you so much for supporting my Pisces shenanigans. I get these ideas and, you know, mostly I think that they're just illusions and fantasies, but then you guys make it real for me. You make it real. And it's just, I'm humbled and I'm so blessed. And, you know, I have all my information below. If you'd like to talk to me on a more personal level, you can schedule. I work with PayPal. I'm very, very cheap. You know, $20 for an hour-long tarot reading. I would love, but only if you feel led to. I believe that only those who feel led to contact me actually reach out. You know, I pray every day that the right people see my videos. So I just appreciate your guys' likes and subscribes so much, and your comments, and just all of the ways that we connect. It just means so much. And, you know, as far as this month goes with the readings, you guys, I am getting I'm getting a card. It's a whole tarot spread. I'm just kind of letting whatever comes out come out. But I am getting one card to symbolize ourself. So I'm getting a card to overlook the rest of the reading. And this card, because Aries rules self. So I thought it would be a really good idea to kind of get a card to best represent our energy this month. All of the signs are embodying a different energy of self. So I am getting a card to represent you and who you are. And then we get kind of different messages there to kind of relate to that. So that's all about the reading, you guys. As I mentioned, Virgo and Scorpio, they're getting extra cards this month. So make sure you view and like and share with your friends and on your social media so that maybe your sign. I think what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to give extra cards to whatever two signs. The one sign that views me the most and the sign that likes my video the most. So whatever sign has the most likes and the most views, they're going to get extra time. My videos are all really long this month, but I'm not really this month, but usually they're about an hour long when you consider the intro video as well. So yeah, I'm probably going to give an extra 10 minutes to next month. I'm going to give an extra 10 minutes to whatever two signs have the most likes and the most views. So share and like and subscribe, you guys. And also I'm going to have extra giveaways and stuff like that. Just lots of stuff happening in April. April is just, I feel the energy. So happy spring, you guys. The weather is getting nicer, not really today, but the sun is getting stronger and brighter and warmer. So I wish you guys all a happy spring, a happy April. Happy birthday to the Aries and the Tauruses that have April birthdays. Shout out to all of you watching my videos, all of you. It means so much. And I hope you enjoy your readings. Okay, see you in the next video. Hey Gemini, welcome to your April video with me. So, let's see, Gemini, something interesting to mention to you guys this month. I am going to cover all this in the intro video, you guys, but I did want to talk to you a bit about Venus moving into Gemini. So that's pretty cool. You guys are going to have Venus, the sign of love and abundance. I mean, you guys are the Lovers card. Hello. So I think Venus is going to be kind of, I don't know, I'm interested to study a little bit more about Venus and Gemini. And I'm really loving that you guys are the Lovers and that Venus is moving into your sign. This is going to add a lot of love to our communication, like abundant communication. And I'm really, really happy. I'm not even a Gemini, and I'm like really, I don't know why I'm so excited for Venus to enter Gemini. Like, I just think you guys are the twins. You guys, you know, I know you guys curve everybody and you like to act like you don't really care about love and stuff like that, but you guys are the Lovers card for a reason, and you guys are the twins for a reason. I mean, your cards are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I'll show them to you. And we have the Wheel of Fortune behind you, and we have the Two of Swords. So there is, just like Aries had the World card, and well, this is the Wheel of Fortune. So Aries had the World card and the Two of Swords, and you have the Two of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. So, you know, I don't know if some of you are dealing with Aries, but there are some worldly decisions and karmic decisions that a lot of us are confused about right now. We're blinding ourselves to certain changes and, you know, stuff like that, because there's a lot changing in our life. I mean, we just completed a whole zodiac cycle. We don't always remember, but around this time every year, Aries season brings certain changes to us. And there's a need to kind of stop and go. Hurry up and slow down, Gemini. What are you doing? Hurry up and slow down, man. And I'm saying that because there's this quick energy in this meditative Four of Swords energy. So we've got your energy here. We've got your energy here too, because the twins, you know, so anytime I see two of anything, I see Gemini energy, especially in your reading. Like, my mind just transforms to Gemini mode when I talk to you guys. And your readings always are different than the other readings that I do. So interesting that we have two little fairy creatures here, kind of assisting this woman. Now, I always see this as a pirate ship, but I took a closer look before when I was giving a reading like last month or so, and I realized that this is like a spinning wheel. This isn't a captain wheel. This is like she's sewing something. So there's karmic, yeah, she's definitely weaving. This is a weaving wheel. And so she's making something. So either way, there's a direction that the light and the dark, you know, we talk about the light and the dark, and hopefully if you're watching this, then you're an enlightened Gemini, and you're a dual sign Gemini. So you know that you have light and dark. You know, the two twins that you have, there's a masculine, there's a feminine one. There's a negative, a positive one. There's a light and a dark one. There's, you know, all these different polarities, because you're a dual sign, and you're the first dual sign. You're the main dual. Like, when anybody thinks of dual, they think of Gemini. We also have Libra and Pisces that are dual signs too, but you take the cake, Gemini, because you're a human dual sign. Pisces has two fish, Libra has two scales, but you have two of what you actually are. And that's why the angels always assist you. In the light always assist you, because we have, you know, these two people here, masculine, feminine, and the sun, okay? And it is going to be Gemini season soon, you guys. So the sun is definitely creeping up on you guys. But I do see some kind of decision, some kind of crossroads in the need to turn a certain direction right now. And you definitely don't want to turn with your eyes closed. But you could close your eyes because Spirit is guiding you. You may choose to navigate through your intuition this month in April about some sort of mental decision that you have to make. So that's what's coming up so far. We have the Libra card here in the world. So there's some kind of balance taking place. Could have been that Libra full moon. That Libra full moon was fucking epic. I mean, that full moon changed my entire life. You know, so here's that Libra full moon taking place there, and we have a Scorpio full moon at the end of the month. But this is the Justice card with the World card. So there's a certain balancing that is taking place between your world right now, Gemini, and you can celebrate balance. You've got the World card and the Wheel of Fortune card. So that's just a little bit there. We have the Nine of Cups and the King of Cups. So there's some sort of emotional, it's damn sure it's emotional, because we have the Page of Cups now, the Nine of Cups, and the King of Cups. So that's water, 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 feelings, 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 intuition, intuition, intuition. synchronicities from the universe about emotional contentment. In the King of Cups, this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, but then we have the Queen of Swords and the Justice card in this deck with the Ace of Cups. So there's some sort of mental justice taking place between a Libra. I don't know if it's just balance, mental balance and emotional balance, and something to do with some kind of grounded. Some of you may have Capricorn energy, but we have the Capricorn card here with the Page of Pentacles. So karmic seeds being sown. Just like literally, I see karmic, something is being, like, you're going to reap what you sow type of thing. And this is reaping what you sow as well. Like, you know, the seeds or whatever. And then we have the Sun and the Tower and the King of Wands. So Aries season is definitely transforming you. It's transforming your light, your dark. So I didn't mean to get carried away there, but because that was not your actual reading, Gemini. It's just, you know, I go with the flow. So we're going to put the Lovers back on top. And let's see here. So yeah, that's really, you know, I'm going to cover all the Mercury. Your ruling planet is going direct this month on the 15th. We have an Aries new moon on the 15th. We have Chiron entering Aries, Taurus season, which is one step closer to your birthday. Saturn retrograde on the 17th. Taurus season starts on the 19th, by the way. We have Pluto retrograde this month. I'm going to talk a little bit about all that in other videos. But for you, you just want to focus on the fact that this energy is between your 11th house, which is Aries, and your 12th house, which is Taurus. So the beginning of April focuses on your 12th and your 6th house of Aries and Libra. So, I'm sorry, I lied. The beginning of April, okay, it focuses on your 11th house and your 5th house. Libra is your 5th house. So that full moon was really fun for you, probably, Gemini, not only because you're a dual sign like Libra, but you're also an air sign, you know. So for Aquarius and Gemini, that Libra full moon was right at home. It was energy that you were used to navigating, a very quick, clear-minded, swift energy, sword energy, you know what I mean? So that Libra energy was very balanced. It restored balance back into our whole universe, honestly. So that was your 5th house, and then 11th house is Aries. So the Sun is in your 11th house. We're going to have a new moon in your 11th house on the 15th. So that's a great time for you to, you know, those seeds that we were talking about. You want to, that's all about groups. You know what I mean? That's, no wonder Gemini is so aggressive with people, because Aries is your 11th house. So you're pretty headstrong and aggressive when it comes to groups, and, you know, maybe even on the internet you can be a little petty sometimes. But, you know, I love Gemini, and I will take you guys picking on me all the time because I know that it means that you like me. So I don't have many Geminis in my life, but I am a fan of Gemini because it's mutable gang, 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 mutable gang, gang, gang. So I'm a mutable sign, Gemini's a mutable sign. We're both dual signs, so I have a love for Gemini. So yeah, there's a lot of energy in your 11th house that's going to move to your 12th house. And a lot of energy that's in your 5th house that's going to move to your 6th house. So beginning of April was definitely all about groups and community, even your dreams and your wishes and your goals, and staying hopeful towards your future. That's all the Aries energy happening. And then, yeah, we're going to move from that energy, and that's all going to shift into your 12th house, which is Taurus. So Venus has been in your 12th house, so this is a very subconscious abundance. This is a very subconscious area for a planet like Venus to be in, which is the goddess of love. Okay, so there's a lot there that could be subconsciously happening with you, especially when we have everything move into Taurus, which is the Sun, and then we'll have the moon there later on in May. And then we have this Scorpio full moon in your 6th house on the 29th. So that's all about lifestyle and service to other people and like transformation. Like your whole life's about to transform, Gemini, because your life's always transforming. Gemini's life is always transforming because their 6th house is ruled by Scorpio. So that's an interesting thing to kind of figure out there. And you're also always subconsciously, like you have value in your subconscious, which is why the universe tries to distract you guys a lot, because Taurus is your 12th house and you're supposed to be grounded and stable when it comes to your subconscious. But, you know, oftentimes what we feel subconsciously is not what we bring off as energy. So that's a little bit of the astrology talk. Do look out for my other videos. I'm going to have a video coming out for Chiron going into Aries. That's going to be a lot of group pain, Gemini. That's going to be a lot of group pain for you. That's your 11th house. So there could be pain that you feel about certain goals and dreams. And for you, that's interesting. This whole Chiron and Aries transit, it's going to be more so focused on other people's pain. Or, you know, maybe sometimes you might feel the pain of groups entirely all inside you. You know, we'll talk about that in the Chiron video. I'm going to have an Aries new moon video. I always got a new moon and a full moon video. So I'm going to have that Scorpio full moon video coming out. I'm going to do a video about Saturn retrograde for all the 12 signs. And I got that Chiron video coming out. I don't know if I'm going to do a Pluto retrograde video. I might just briefly mention it here and there. I'm not trying to fuck with Pluto, man. I don't know. I might, guys. I don't know. But just, you know, I don't know if some of you are subscribed or not yet, but I got all kinds of videos coming out because there's just so much happening for April. But as far as that Chiron energy, a lot better for it to move into your 11th house than it is to be in your 10th house. Because we had Chiron in your 10th house of career and legacy for a really long time. So the pain that you were feeling about your legacy and your goals and your long-term ambitions, that's all going to transform, and it's going to be an area of your chart that focuses more on groups and communities. So there might be like, I don't know, Gemini, I'm going to talk to you guys about that some other time. But I do feel the need to tell you guys to look out for any like any internet bashing or anything like that. You know, some of you might have internet platforms, and you know, the 11th house rules the community. It rules the connection of us all. And in 2018, the internet is the best way to connect everybody, and the quickest way to connect everybody. It's also the quickest way to get, they call it keyboard thugging. You know, when people when people start running off at the mouth on the keyboard. So let that roll, Gemini. You're going to be, based off of the energies in the universe, you're going to be kind of at victim for that. So just be careful. Some of this pain and some of these wounds could come from online, is what I'm trying to say. Groups of people online. So just be careful, Gemini. But I've got all the faith in you. So what we're going to do here for your reading in April, it's Aries season. You know, I like to keep a theme going. So I kind of I've been getting a card. I do all the zodiac signs in order. So I've done Aries and I've done Taurus. And now it's Gemini's turn. And I want to get a card. One card for your energy for April. So let's get one card to symbolize the energy for Gemini in April 2018. We have the Three of Wands, okay? And then we have the underlying energy that kind of, it tells me more about why your energy is that way, which we have the Six of Wands. So you have your mind on victory this month, Gemini. You have your mind on being acknowledged for all that you've accomplished. You have your mind on celebration. And you could even be thinking about these celebrations in the future, your future accomplishments, your future decisions, your future victories and goals, okay? So there we have your energy for April. And we're going to kind of refer back to that whenever we feel the need to. But as far as your actual messages go, we're going to get those from this deck here. Gemini. And I'm going to let you guys know, you guys almost won. Every month I do I give like extra cards to the sign that most liked, and the sign that, okay, this probably isn't a message for you, but we'll see. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we got a message coming out there. But yeah, you guys almost won, but Scorpio trolled you guys. Like, Virgo and Scorpio get the giveaway this month, but I really thought it would be Gemini because you guys had a lot of likes on the video, but Scorpio completely, like, they had like, I think you guys had 21 likes and Scorpio had 36. So I don't know, maybe next month, you guys, I would love to look a little bit further into your guys' energy. I always do that for the sign that likes my videos the most and the sign that gets the most views. So, but anyway, yeah, whatever. Because I almost got confused there and I thought that I was going to be giving you guys extra cards. But so I'm glad I took that message, you guys, because that was definitely a message. And we have some cards showing up here. So let's see here. We've got the Ace of Swords here in the middle. And so we have sword cards for sure. We have water and fire, and we have Pentacle, so earth, air, water, and fire. So we have all the elements here. And sometimes I just like to take a closer look at if any elements are missing, because that might be symbolic. But you've got a good combination. You've got some kind of magician energy going on here. And I say that because the magician is a Mercury card. It's the card for Gemini sometimes for me in Virgo. So, Gemini, why am I trying to stall your reading? Are you guys stalling from something this month? Let me just blame my problems on everybody else because I'm a Pisces. Okay, so we start the reading off with the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving deck in the tarot cards. But yeah, this is the slowest moving deck, Gemini. And, you know, it was interesting. I was just talking to Taurus about how this is the only night that I trust in tarot. Because this is the only night that is guaranteed going to deliver what he promises. So this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. But it doesn't have to symbolize any of that. It symbolizes that energy, like grounded earth energy, something on the way to you this month that may not show up until May or June. This could be something on the way that ain't gonna make it to you until Gemini season. But the thing about the earth energy when it's coming in on this night is that at least it shows up with what it promised, right? The Knight of Cups, sometimes sometimes on his journey, it's hard as fuck to carry a cup on top of a horse. Nobody ever talks about that, but these knights, the Knight of Cups, like, it's very hard for the Knight of Cups to actually show up. By the time he reaches you, he's giving sips to everybody. Like, he's going through the forest and he gives a little sip here to this person. By the time he reaches you, his cup might be empty, girl. So, I like the Knight of Pentacles because it's kind of hard. Look how it's a woman. But look how this coin is so protected in this knight's hand. This is a knight. It don't got to be a female, male, whatever. This is a knight in shining armor, okay? And this knight in shining armor is holding this coin, and almost like a baby. So I don't know if that means anything to you guys. You got a lot of strong earth energy because we have the King of Pentacles here too. So a lot of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy in April. This could be just you feeling that Taurus energy coming in. But this just tells me that there's a grounded energy. But I do see a lot of earth here. I do see a lot of earth here in your reading. And I'm going to point all that out to you, Gemini. So you could be just, tapping in more to the mental logic. You do have Mercury retrograde for the most of April. And then at the end of April, we have it going back direct. So, our minds are not going to be the same after that. We have so many things happening in April. I think you're just trying to remain grounded throughout all these challenges. So we have a very slow offer coming into you, Gemini. There's, you might not be taking action on something right now because you're thinking about your future. And in order to think about our future, we kind of have to take on this pause energy. Because if we're not careful, our present turns into our future and our past turns into our present. So this guy is just kind of looking out at a field. He's withdrawn, he's just, I wouldn't say distracted. So Gemini, sometimes you're not distracted, you're just thinking, you're just withdrawn a little bit. And there's a need to kind of separate yourself from everyone, but you can't because you always have a different part of you nagging at you inside as the twins. So that's why Gemini is all over the place sometimes when they communicate, because they're communicating for two people. They're communicating from two different sides of a spectrum. And I think you guys handle that energy very well. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which I would love to hand you personally, because if anybody can handle this Ace of Swords, it's Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, because you guys work better with this mentally swift energy. And here's another card where we have all this earth. This is very spring energy. So it is spring. I know it's a little misleading if you live in parts of the world that aren't quite warming up yet, but this is spring. This is your mind rebirthing. This is your mind. This is a powerful new beginning, new mental clarity coming in for you in the springtime, which is it's awesome. I know you guys consider yourself a summer sign because you're born in the summer, which is, June. But spring is also a very great time for Gemini because spring symbolizes this inner energy for you. It's because Taurus is your 12th house. So the springtime is always in the back of your mind, Gemini. And I mean that in the most humblest way. Like, what do we mean by that? you know, the sun, good smelling days, fresh air, you know, it's very close to a Gemini because it brings in your birthday energy. So in order for Gemini to have their solar returns, spring must happen, you know. So summer and spring are friends, just like, you know, Taurus and Gemini are friends sometimes. But I think the spring it's showing here in your reading that it's a very clear time. The skies are clear, our minds are clear, our hearts are clear. There's like such a clear road. You know, everything just kind of clears. The winter can be kind of groggy and foggy and cold and bold, but spring is literally, it's called spring because it's something springs in it. It's just like the sun gets warmer and things come back to life. So your mind, your mental stability, your mental power is showing, Gemini, and your skies are a lot less cloudy. So it could be very mental clarity, this Ace of Swords that's taken a long time to come to you this month. Something is taking a long time. It's taking longer than what you would like. Okay, there's something that you're not quite mentally clear about, not as mentally clear as you want to be. It's interesting that we have this winter card because we have the snow here. So there's something that the winter was, you had to go through the winter. You had to find value in the winter time. And it's interesting, I just watched a video about that yesterday. So, you know, this is coming up in my readings. A lot of people right now, they're really anticipating spring. I mean, everyone's complaining about, well, where is spring? You know, we're like so eager for this warm weather. We're so eager for this new mental stability, you know, Aries season. We're eager. This is a time, like our souls, our bodies, our spirits, our minds are feeling the energy of a new beginning. But as far as the actual reward, the actual seeing and touching that new beginning, it's taken a little while. It's taken a little while to come to fruition. So you could be using this sword to kind of think about it, Gemini, which is great for an air sign. I'm saying that to air signs. Think about it first, see it later. Okay? That could have been why the Two of Swords or whatever. You don't have to see something, Gemini, for it to become real. All you have to do is think about it. That's kind of an air sign secret, you know, that when you think about something, that's your way to manifest. That's why the Ace of Swords belongs to Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, because you guys do better with thoughts and with mental manifestation. So, you know, I think there's a lot of meanings to these two cards here. You are waiting for spring when there's something that's stuck in the wintertime. I mean, we literally have spring and winter here. So where all these trees are kind of iced over and they're snowy and there's snow on the ground. Well, look here, you know, everything's back to life. The sky looks a lot more promising. So this is a metaphor for your life. This is all, I hear a lot about you waiting to be clear on something, waiting to draw your sword, waiting to take action mentally with something. So this is you valuing something. This could be financial. This is financial clarity. Some of you, there's funds that are not coming in, and that could fuck a Gemini up mentally. You know, things not being balanced, you know what I mean? But here's this dual energy. It's definitely the winter and the spring. Two different energies. But I was saying winter and spring are friends, right? And then we have the pentacle and the sword, which is earth and air. So there is a strong logical mental energy showing up in April for you. But, you know, I just think you're waiting on the sun to shine. You're waiting on the light to let you know. And there's something that's on the way. I don't know if you're this Knight of Pentacles, Gemini. You could be taking a little bit longer to take mental action with something in April, but it's all for a reason. I'm hearing divine timing for a lot of you. The Knight of Pentacles reminds me of divine timing. At least it's gonna come. You know, at least this pentacle is coming to you. This is money. This is something real. This is something you can see. You've been thinking about it. But, you know, honestly, this Ace of Swords comes after this Nine of Pentacles. So I'm saying, whatever this is some kind of job opportunity or some kind of financial windfall or just the new funds to support some kind of new action in your life. You want to do something, Gemini, but you're being told to slow down. Everyone's going through that in some way right now. The winter slowed you down a little bit too. Everybody slows down in winter. And so I think whatever this is coming to you with this Knight of Pentacles is going to give you this mental clarity. So that's when you get this sword. And it ironically happens around the same time of spring. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay? It's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, but not necessarily. This is just you sitting on the throne of your emotions. You know, this queen has the world in her hands, the emotional world. So there is emotions coming up for you, Gemini, male and female. You know, you're just kind of reflecting on your cup of the universe. So emotional clarity, financial clarity is coming up here. And I think there's an emotional decision. There's some kind of emotional completion taking place with you. And I say that because we have the Queen of Cups above the Wheel of Fortune. So there's some light emotions, there's some dark emotions, and those emotions together are turning the wheel of your karma, turning the direction of this ship that you're on, altering what's being sown with you. This is a card that showed up twice for you, all right? And I'm seeing candles. I'm seeing candles for a lot of people. And then this fire here. So, you know, this is the King of Pentacles. And there's, you know, this is a cold motherfucker here. Earth signs can be kind of cold. So this underlying energy here, and that might be exactly what's falling down for you, because now we're revealing some cards here. This is the Tower. This is the Tower in this deck. So there are some changes coming in for you, and then also some second chances of something. So something might fall apart, and then you might immediately get a second chance with it. And we have the Ace of Pentacles here, the Four of Pentacles, hanging on to that specific coin. The universe gives you a coin. The universe gives you a coin, and there's a lot of growth happening there too. I like that Ace of Pentacles. And then look at how tightly this woman is hanging on to this pentacle. So whatever, this pentacle energy has taken such a long time to get to you, Gemini, that when it gets to you, I mean, even this knight knows how important. Like the universe said, hey knight, this belongs to Gemini. And the universe whispered something into this knight's ear, and it was like really important. That is the Ace of Pentacles that's coming to you. And, you know, some of you are going to be confused as to whether you're going to offer this coin or latch onto it like all tomorrow. Because this woman looks like she's offering this coin, but her face is like in a fake smile. She's like, well, here's this coin. You can have it if you really want to, but I don't know. It's kind of mine. So that's exactly like what she's saying. And she's like on the floor with these pentacles here. So I don't even know if there was some kind of third-party situation too, or just, it's not only a third-party situation. It could also be, you know, work. The Three of Pentacles symbolizes work, working together. And maybe there was something that wasn't working for you, Gemini. So we kind of have the Five of Pentacles here if you think about it, because we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Four. So you don't want to be left out in the cold financially again. Hello? Left out in the cold financially. This is your finances in the bitter cold winter. Winter maybe was hard for some of you Geminis out there. You guys want to be looking like this on your birthday. You want all the money, all the financial stability. You want all the gifts. Shawty got gifts. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. So earth energy is just swamping you guys. And then here we are on these two paths with the retrograde. See the R? So there is some sort of, you might be going backwards, but there's some juggling of the finances going on here, because you just want to be stable with this Ten of Pentacles, right? You want a completion. And I do see some emotional confusion there about that, but whatever falls apart, like this is you financially falling apart. King of Pentacles, Tower. So when the King of Pentacles experiences a Tower, he loses a job. He or she takes not a windfall, a downfall, or whatever the opposite of a windfall is. Well, and then there's a second chance here. So it's like as above, so below, because this person's like on the ground, rock bottom. Some of you have experienced the rock bottom of a Tower moment, and you know your wallet is going through the Tower. And you are really, you know, this is like beginning of April. This could be even in the past a little bit. But, you know, Gemini, there's a calling happening. You're being called to do something greater. You want to ask yourself why this. Now, for some of you, this is an earth sign. Some of you are dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy that is very slow. You know, you're juggling it. It's falling apart. But there's some kind of renewal in earth, because there's the judgment here with the Tower, which is just creepy. creepy in a good way, like just intense is what I mean. And then you just trying to stay grounded. Like, I don't know what these pentacles mean for all of you. For some of you, it's grounded energy. For some of you, it's the earth sign. For others of you, it's logic or money or finances. But either way, there's something that's crumbling temporarily so that you can be put on the path of a new calling. And there's some juggling going on about that. So, you know, we're going to put this King of Pentacles back on the bottom because that was your underlying energy. So, slow stability, slow mental stability. Even you got mental, emotional, and physical finances. So, money, mental, emotions, you know. And I just see you in a lot of emotional reflection, Gemini, because this Queen is just really, really focusing on something over there. And again, I see this above the Wheel of Fortune. So there's emotional decision. There was that path on that Two of Pentacles. There were two paths behind, in front of that guy. So there's definitely some turning of the wheel going on here. And I don't know if you see that, but there are some outside forces manipulating, not bad manipulation, just assisting you. Red and blue, the light and the dark. You know, in the light and the dark, you're twins, both aspects of you. The dual energy is assisting you. It's assisting the outcome of a situation. Okay, we've got the light and the dark there, kind of. The dark knows when to come in, the light knows when to come in. All right, I don't see this as negative. I see this as emotional. I see this as destiny. So the Knight of Pentacles is above the Ten of Swords. So there is some sort of, I think, whatever's happening slow for you is getting kind of heavy. Like, some of you might even give up and walk away from something because it's taking too long. I don't know if it is a Taurus or Virgo or Capricorn that you're waiting to show you something. You're waiting on money from this person. You're waiting on a job opportunity. And, you know, some of you, and I can't speak for all of you, but some of you are for sure going to drop this weight. You know, you're going to drop, like, there's weight, W-A-I-T, and then there's weight, W-E-I-G-H-T. Weight as in heavy and weight as in patience. So, you know, those two together, there's a reason why those words sound the same. Wait and wait. And Aries is being told to wait right now too. But Gemini, this is a burden. You guys are not the most patient people. Okay, patience is not something that Gemini, it might be a challenge for some of you, but I've never even put those two words in the same sentence. Patience and Gemini, what? Unless the word isn't and it is in between them. Gemini isn't patient. Like, and I'm just kidding. You know, I'm just kidding with you guys. Like, you guys pick on me, I pick on you. It is what it is. But come on now, I'm not that patient either. I'm a Taurus moon, Capricorn rising. Like, now, the Capricorn in me understands time. That's another thing, guys, is that Saturn is retrograding on the 17th, and it's going to be retrograde until September 6th. So some of y'all, look, when the universe is already asking us to wait. When planets go retrograde, you know, we all asked to slow down. Now, I'm going to show you this card here because it reminds me of a retrograde. And then we got these paths, okay? So, and I'm showing you this because there's a path behind this woman too. And she's like, she's been walking this path, okay? And she finally gets to the point in the path where she's just like, you know what? I'm not carrying this anymore. Like, this isn't even, half of these sticks aren't even mine. Like, I'm already juggling. My hands are so full. Like, there's an earth sign that you want to bring along with you or something. But the universe is asking you to wait. And bitches and hoes are asking you to wait. And your finances are, like, there's just so much that Gemini is waiting on. I mean, I'm happy to see the Ace of Swords because you guys might at least get that. I mean, even this Queen of Cups looks like she's waiting. And then don't even get me started on the Four of Swords. You're like waiting for this cycle to complete. And you start off with the King of Pentacles and literally the Knight of Pentacles. So, you know, this king is waiting to feel warm again. Like, look how irritated. Some of you have earth energy. And some of you, this is literally you waiting out in the cold for somebody. And they might not ever come. And that's why it falls apart. But then you get a second chance when the timing's better or something. I'm not sure. Because you waited and you waited. And then something calls your name. And you're like, you know what? I don't know, right or left? I'm probably just going to turn around, actually. So there's a path on both of these cards, okay? It could have something to do with your home environment, but I think it has a lot to do with the retrogrades because, guys, for the first half of April, we have Mercury retrograde, which is your ruling planet, which means that you're being mentally slowed, down. So now we kind of know what this Knight of Pentacles means with this Ace of Swords. You're being asked to mentally wait for something. And it's not exactly the easiest thing to ask for, because it's causing you some emotions. Because it probably has to do with jobs and money and stability and shit. So everything is asking us to wait right now. And then we have Taurus season that's, you know, pretty patient. And so all of Taurus season, you might be waiting for something too. I'm not exactly sure, but there is a lot of earth here. And whatever it is, it's very heavy. And it's a burden. That's what the Ten of Wands is about. And in this Ten of Wands, the person carrying the wands, they're on the ground. So you might drop the ball on something, Gemini. I mean, that's literally, this person is trying not to drop the ball. If you think of the pentacle like a ball. But, you know, I think you just get tired of waiting on something and you kind of just drop the weight. Because it's just too much for you, Gemini. Even considering your two twins. And then, like, I don't know, maybe you pick those sticks up and put them in a fucking fire and light them on. Like, you know, you use something that's burdening you to your advantage. And it helps you in a cold moment. So there's the weight, there's the burden of a weight going on here. And I think it's a financial weight. I think it's a mental weight. And I also think that it is emotional. I think it's emotional, mental, and financial. So there could be a water sign you're waiting on, or an air sign that you're waiting on, or an earth sign that you're waiting on, or a fire sign, because, you know, you might drop a fire sign and wait for an earth sign individual, or you might drop something that you were passionate about for a financial opportunity. I'm not sure, guys. But then we have the Four of Swords. So a lot of earth. We see earth in this picture too. She's in like kind of a Chinese condo or something. You know, but I can feel a breeze in this picture. The air energy. So make sure you're breathing, you guys. Because we have the Ace of Swords with the Four of Swords. Okay. Now together, yes, this could be considered the Five of Swords. But I think that you are meditating against the Five of Swords energy. The Five of Swords is not too good of an energy. It's a betraying energy. So, you know, there's a need here to wait. Like, it doesn't get much more waiting than this. I mean, this is a person who has waited for so long that they're at peace. Like, she's meditating, and he or she is meditating and just breathing, and they're in reflection. They're healing. So here's another card where we have 3 swords right here, and then this sword is laying a different way. So I think that you are using this Ace of Swords. I think this is the Ace of Swords, and this is a closer look at that sword, because there's something significant. Like, why would this sword be laying this way and the other ones are pointing down? So when you think about the 3 of Swords, in every 4 of Swords card, the card is looked at like that. Like, there's 3 swords, and then there's one sword that is a different color or laying a different way or in a different position. So that you know, this happens after some kind of heartbreak or some kind of pain or betrayal. So some of you are healing from pain or healing from some sort of mental anxiety. It could be heartbreaking that you're waiting for something too. Okay, but you're being asked to heal your mind, because all air signs, you know, mental anguish is something that Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius deal with often. So the fact that the Ace of Swords is above the Four of Swords, it really does lead me to tell you that before you have this mental new beginning, you're going to need to replenish yourself from the mental exhaustion, you know, all the thoughts, all the unanswered thoughts, and all the unanswered, you know, prayers and everything like that. You know, it's time to meditate and reflect and think and heal and pray. You could pray for this new beginning. Pray for clarity. You know, there's a need here to kind of meditate towards clarity. I think the Ace of Swords and the Four of Swords go hand in hand in that way. And it might have you might be meditating on clarity because of something that's taking a long time. I'm not sure. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Queen of Cups. So there's an emotional change taking place with you, Gemini, that you're just kind of, you know, really focused on in April at some points. Not all the time in April, but I do see that this change that's happening, it has something to do with your light and dark emotion. Okay, but that's more so up here with emotional clarity. Okay, you need emotional clarity about this thing that's taking a long time, because when a Gemini starts getting their feelings, you got to ask yourself why, because you guys are usually so good at cutting your way through that bullshit. So if you see a Gemini in their feelings, something ain't right. And I'm not trying to make fun of you guys. I just know you guys. I understand. So for those of you who are kind of feeling the feels, you know, you're being told to, because this queen is looking over at the Queen of Swords. So she doesn't want to be in her emotion. She wants clarity over her world, but something is in the distance. Something is so far away that she's like, bruh, like, is this worth me even carrying? So we have the Wheel of Fortune at the end of your reading. So this is symbolic for the end of April, which is you end April with a complete change, with a complete cycle completing. Okay, and that might be the very thing that you were waiting on, Gemini. You might have waited for some sort of light and dark cycle to come together in balance, you know. This is a slow change happening for you in April. And it's happening in your mind, it's happening in your emotions, it's happening passionately and mentally and physically and all these things. You know, it can be a burden to be asked to wait. Waiting can be very heavy. Okay? But there's a reason why something is like, this is divine timing, you know. If this wheel, if this wheel turned a second before it was supposed to, I mean, come on now, we've all watched the Titanic. If they weren't going as fast, they would not have sank. The reason why the Titanic sunk is because they were going too fast and they didn't have enough time to turn the whole ship. Okay, it takes time for a ship to slow down and to turn. And, you know, when you mix speed in with timing, speed fucks up timing. So trust this Knight of Pentacles. Trust the speed of your life, Gemini. Trust the speed of your finances even. Trust the speed of your growth. Because at the end of April, something's going to rocket launch for you, you know. And the reason why things are slowing down is because if the universe didn't slow you down, you wouldn't have time to do this. To think and to meditate and to pray. I mean, you need to get ready for your solar return. You need to get ready for spring and summer, and this is going to have an effect on your emotions, believe it or not. You know, and let's not forget your overall energy for April. We have the Three of Wands. So this could all be happening in your head. You know, I just kind of got the sensation that everything that we've talked about for the last 40 minutes is happening inside this guy's head. So this all happened in the blink of an eye as you were reflecting on a journey. So you're thinking about something that's taking slow. You're thinking about dropping this weight. You're thinking about your finances and your mental, you know what I mean, and your emotions in this change. So there's a direction that you are thinking about going in April, Gemini, and it's literally left or right, up or down, forward or backwards. You know, this is a crossroads, and you know, at least you made a decision at the Two of Wands, and now you're at the Three of Wands. After you make a decision, you know, now you have some stuff to deal with. Just like after you make the Two of Swords decision, there's the Three of Swords. So there's usually pain or some sort of, you know, feeling. So this is you really looking out, thinking about your futuristic goals, thinking about your future victory. So you are the Three of Wands this month, Gemini, and, you know, you're thinking about how you can gain victory over this weight, how you can gain mental victory over this thing, over these emotions, over this, you know, and it's all about meditation. You're going to meditate on this Wheel of Fortune, on this light and dark. You need to balance your light and dark, the slow and the fast, the up and the down. And that's when you're going to gain self-victory, and that's when people around you are going to celebrate you too, just in time for your birthday in a couple months. So Gemini, you know, I see that you're in a lot of reflection. And I see that you have victory on the mind. You're putting the victory in, you're putting the Vic in victory and not the Vic in victim. I don't see any victim here. I see you just in heavy, heavy, heavy thought about a new beginning, about something that you want to take off and change. And it's interesting, both of these women have their eyes closed. So there's a need to close your eyes. Remember what I told you. The universe is blinding you to something. I don't know if I told you that, but I told Aries that. So there's a need to close your eyes and trust your intuition right now. Let me tell you, when you look at something moving slow, it looks like it's moving even slower. But if you close your eyes and fall asleep or meditate or kind of zen out, you're not even going to be thinking about what's moving slow. You're going to be thinking about being still and having time to reflect and meditate on your life, because it's all about the change, Gemini. I mean, you have the Wheel of Fortune here at the end of your card, or at the end of your deck here. So try to ground yourself this month. If you got to let some things go, if you got to drop some heavy weight and meditate, do it. Drop some heavy weight and meditate. Because there's victory on the way. There's a change that's going to align you with victory, friends. So this is my reading for you guys for April. I hope that it was relatable and helpful. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to comment or check my description box to figure out how to reach me through email, social media. I'm always somewhere that's reachable, guys. I try my best to comment and like talk to you guys as much as I can. I literally, as far as my concern, I think that I comment back on every video or on every comments. Like all the comments that I get a notification for them, and I try my best to respond throughout the month. So yeah, guys, these videos are going to be out around the 15th. So happy new moon, happy spring, and hopefully the rest of April goes so great for you guys. And I will talk to you again around this time in Taurus season. Bye.